Darling, darling, you're beautiful. Gotta keep your head up. Never let anything bring you down. Sunshine will always come around. Stay strong, move on. You have such a beautiful soul. Let your energy radiate.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to midweek meditation. I'm sitting on a bolster about 4 inches up. The idea is to hit the knees below the hips, just sort of opening up the hip flexors and allowing my shins to contact the floor. Of course, if this is not comfortable for you and you want to sit in a chair or on the couch or lie down or lie in your bed, you can actually perform this breathing technique and meditation technique um, anywhere. You can even do it standing up, waiting online at the grocery store. We're going to just take a couple of body stretches. Again, my knees are kind of drawn down, so if you just want to make sure that you're square in where you're sitting, so maybe your feet are together, planted on the floor, or maybe your feet are hip distance apart if you've chosen to lay down or you're standing. And again, really just finding that squareness, that balance, and that's the giveaway for today's meditation too. So sitting firmly and square into our body or our support wherever we are in our chairs. We're just going to raise the hands up, inhaling. Hands are going to come to the sky. We're going to draw those shoulders down and back. So the blades are sort of coming together in the back. Straightening up those elbows. Nice deep breath in, maybe looking up towards the hands on the inhale. And on the exhale, palms come down to the floor, to the side. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise up. So again, maybe you're doing some snowmen or angels in the snow if you're lying down. Exhale, hands are going to come to the side. A couple of more times. This might be a little bit more difficult if you're out in public, but I think just sometimes standing up tall and just reminding our spine to draw up on the inhale, crown drawing towards the sky or the ceiling, and on the exhale, just allowing everything to float back down so that we're nice and grounded at the bottom. One more time with the inhale on the hands up overhead, exhale coming down to the sides. It's just a nice roll of the shoulders. So maybe inhaling as the shoulders come up towards the ears. The only time I really like slouching in meditation or yoga. Exhale, we're going to kind of come back the other way. Inhaling, shoulders come up. Exhale, the shoulders come to the front now. So really opening up those shoulder blades on the back body. Excellent. Taking the arms out to the sides on the inhale, we're going to just take that right arm and bringing it over towards the left arm. So we're almost touching that elbow there. We're going to take the left arm now, wrapping it around and just allowing a little twist on the exhale. So we're twisting over to the left as we're just drawing that forearm of the right a little bit closer. Maybe the palm is coming up towards the face. And again, just inhaling and exhaling. If you just want to go for that long, sweepy dance moment on all of your inhales, in the exhale, the lap over, the press, and the twist and the turn. The idea is to keep the body stable. So if you can keep that right hip down while you're turning towards your left, that's going to give you a nice ringing in the organs of the body. When you're ready, arms are going to come up on the inhale and out to the sides. And we're going to come over to the other side now on the exhale. So the left hand is going to come towards that right elbow. The right arm is going to curl under, pressing that left forearm towards the body as we're looking at our right palm. And we start to begin to twist on the exhale. And again, maybe you do some nice sweeping movements on the inhale and on the exhale, pressing, lifting, twisting. Yeah, awesome. Okay, I think we are just about ready to begin. You might want to recross your legs if they are crossed. Get nice and comfy in your seat. And I invite you to close your eyes. Get into that length of the body from the lower spine. So the tailbone draws down, the crown of the head drawing up. As we inhale, bringing a full breath into the body and out on the exhale through the top of the head. Maybe the hands make connectivity with the knees. Maybe they're just pressed to the floor if you're on a reclined position, to the sides of your body. You can also make a little contact with hand over the lower belly. That feels comfortable for you. And if you're seated in a chair, certainly feel free to use those arm rests. Let's get it all open and square. Taking one deep breath in, however you choose, one exhale out. And on the next inhale, I'm going to challenge you to inhale for a count of 4. Then we're going to hold that inhale at the top for a count of 4. And then exhale as we release for a count of 4. And right before we're going to take that next inhale, see if we can hold for a count of 4. And now imagine, if you will, on these 4 counts of breath, that you're breathing within a square. And you can associate that square with your body. So perhaps your right hip is the bottom right corner of the square. Left hip is the corner left part of the square. Left shoulder is the top left corner of the square, and the right shoulder, the top right corner. And as you breathe in, perhaps the inhale comes down the right body, the right side body, as if it were coming down the right side of the square. So breathing into the right shoulder for a count of 4, and at the bottom, at the right hip, you reach 4 and you hold it. And the line coming from the right hip to the left hip underneath you is the bottom of the square as you hold for 4. And again, exhaling the left hip all the way up to the left shoulder for a count of 4, that left side of your square. And again, holding it at the top before you want to take that next breath in. You can really go any direction within your square. Square is equal on all 4 sides. So imagining that the body is equal on all 4 sides. Inhaling on one side until you get to the corner, exhaling before exhaling after you take your count of 4. And then coming up the other side, or down the other side, and holding before you take that next inhale for a count of 4. As you start to enter the corner of the breath, just before you start your next count of 4, see if you can draw that corner out to its own side. So maybe the right shoulder is coming towards the right, or the left hip is going out towards the left. And eventually, as you get through that 4-part breath, that square breathing, that sacred square, you'll notice that the hips are drawing just a little bit further apart from each other, the shoulders drawing away from each other. We'll automatically straighten out that square. Back falls into alignment because our shoulders need to be right above our hips in order to make that square from falling down, collapsing in on itself. And doing the breath in this way also helps to square the body, square the mind, stabilize emotions, sensations. It really lets you explore maybe 4 different sides of your body, 4 different corners of your body. Sometimes I like to play with maybe my knees becoming the bottom of the square, and the temples of my head on each side, the top of the square. And sometimes when you're sitting in a chair at work, it's easier to do that because your knees are jutting out from the hips. But no matter what, you can just imagine points drawing away from each other. And even playing sometimes with the diagonal within the square is always fun. Imagining now if you can inhale from the front body. So maybe the front body is the front part of your square, which has now become a cube or a box. And as you inhale from the pelvic floor up to the top of the head, coming across from the front of the head to the back of the head is the top of your cube or box. Holding it there for a count of 4, and then exhaling, coming down the back body until you reach the tailbone, which is at the back edge of your box. And again, holding as it comes through the line beneath the body, coming back to the front body. Maybe the top of the pelvis is that front edge of the box. And just imagine coming up and over and back down that square, that sacred square that even lies within the front and back body. Giving a three-dimensional aspect to the breath, because after all, we are three-dimensional. Some like to say 4 or 5-dimensional. It's a topic for another time. Maybe even playing with the direction of the breath and the shape of this sacred square or cube or box that you find yourself lying in or sitting in. Maybe playing with some other points in the body, being creative, and maybe the right rib cage is the top of the box, and maybe the left foot is the bottom left of the box. And just drawing those points away from each other. And then continuing across the body on your hold. The left rib cage, so that draws down towards the left foot, maybe across the ground, across the bottoms of your feet to the right foot. And maybe there's just a hold of 4 counts as the right foot comes up to the right rib cage, side of your square, side of your box. Just having fun playing this little game. And all you're really doing is breathing and counting and imagining your sacred square. A few more times on your own, as we are sure to draw the opposite points away from each other, so the opposite corners of the box or the square drawing away. Allowing the rib cage to expand to the sides of the box and the square as we inhale. And as we exhale, imagining those sides just pressing in, just holding our center to support. So we pause, start all over again, expanding the box maybe from front to back, holding it there for a 4 count, and then releasing and feeling that box just contract, pressing up against our back, the belly draws in. Starting to fall into a natural breathing pattern, whatever that may be for you. Maybe there's a nice inhale, long exhale. Just trying to keep it smooth and even now. Settling into the body, feeling the bottom corners of your box, cube, or square as they ground down, supported by the earth. Feeling the top part of your square, cube, or box as it draws up towards the sky. And acknowledging all the sides of your cube, square, or box as they draw away from the body. To flutter the eyes open, maybe cross or uncross the legs, just getting some movement, rolling the wrists, rolling the ankles, stretching out your legs in front of you. If you're in a seated position, or if you're lying down, you might decide to point and flex the toes. Maybe nice inhale, hands come up overhead. Gaze up towards the hands, nice full body stretch as if it's a great big yawn. Exhale, hands come down to the sides. A couple more times. Inhale, nice full body stretch. Being careful not to overextend the shoulders. Exhale, come in. And one more. Nice stretch up. Maybe a wiggle of the hands and feet on the release. And just thanking yourself for taking time for your meditation today. And maybe practice during the week your 4-part breath, your square breathing, sacred square within your body. Have a great week. Take care.
Darling, darling, you're beautiful. Gotta keep your head up. Never let anything bring you down. Sunshine will always come around. Stay strong, move on. You have such a beautiful soul. Let your energy radiate.